Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning. Isaac will be joining us shortly. I am running slightly behind, and I haven't had a chance to play this at all. So we are exactly where we left off last time. The assignment that college gave me was way more than I bargained for. And by that, I mean I stared at it for hours and did not know what I was doing. Sometimes you get those. Sometimes you just sit there and you're just like, what do you want me to do? Where do I start? And it sucks. Let me just get this out there and we'll be good to start. So we're gonna attempt to climb the lighthouse. I don't know if we'll make it. I don't know how hard it's gonna be. Alright, there we go. And I've got my third monitor as a little tiny TV set up so I can have a better look at extra windows if I need to. The last time we did get the Dragon Whisker for Vaughn, so he is infinitely more useful in this dungeon than he was before. Alright, so I think the next order of business is actually getting everyone their level 3 quickening. If I knew what I was doing, I could probably get some summons, but unfortunately I, again, didn't use those a lot, and they are turning out to be a lot better in the Zodiac Age than I anticipated. I know in original spells they were just not good every time I thought about using them. Let me actually pull up my window here where I don't have anything that's okay. There are a couple of things that I want in this area, so we'll go looking for them. Like a demon shield. I don't know when we got a Rochi, but yep, that's pretty good, so we'll go ahead and give you that. Lightning arrows. Yeah, I'm not letting you have an element. Not in this dungeon. Unless we've seen the mechanic of this dungeon. Gotta kill the... I think they're Dadars. Either that or brain pans. Gotta kill whatever we just killed to make the platforms appear. 2 more, I think. Yeah, 2 more. So there should be 1 right here. There's the dragon helm that I wanted, so we can give that to... Can you not wear it, Vaughn? Did we not give you that license? Oh no, you can't. Well, I need to get a second one anyway at some point, but still, it's not what I expected. It's not too much of a difference from what he has already, so I'm not too worried about it. But still, we definitely did want the upgrade for just everyone else. Even the tiny upgrades. Yep, Isaac ready to join us.
Hello.
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 You've reached the lighthouse. The sparkle. Where's the heck? Okay, there it is. The OBS. The OBS window disappeared on me. I was like, where'd it go? Come back. But, oh my god, my allergies are gonna kill me this morning. Before anything else in this dungeon does. So, messing around with retro achievements, I definitely figured out that I probably won't ever do hardcore mode on those. Like, mainly because they disable save states, and I know what you're thinking, like, you know, yeah, there's some, like, cheese strats you can do with bosses and whatnot, and I tend to not, like, use save states to achieve those. Because I feel like it, you know, ruins the point of doing the boss.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna, like, we're gonna restart the whole boss fight, we're not gonna save state in the boss fight, and it's just gonna be like, alright, it would be the same as if I reset the console anyway, and just cut out the travel time. But I did find an incredible use for it in Dragon Quest. So, with the PS2 version of it, when the game, like, the game says, alright, you're gonna get an encounter in 3 steps. If I save state, then, like, it's gonna be like, you're always gonna get an encounter in 3 steps. That's a given. No matter what I do, it will always happen. Yes. However, the game does not set in stone what an encounter I get. So, what I did last night was I went to Neos, like, really early. And just, like, kind of save stated a bunch and, like, alright, I got close to getting an encounter. And then when I got the encounter, I just kept reloading the save state until it was Gold Golem. Mainly, just, like, the only reason I have used it like this is because there's the achievement for killing Dolmagus before getting multi-heal and whatnot.
Yes. So
I want to keep my levels low. And honestly, a lot of those encounters are kind of a pain anyway. So I tried that just to make money grinding faster because everyone's super behind on equipment. And it works really well, so I might try it with metal farming whenever I actually need experience. I also tried it with gambling RNG. It worked kind of well. Like, so like the bingo machine in Pick'em, but I don't think I ever showed you, because I didn't go there and do it, but it's kind of weird where if I like go in, it's like, all right, here's how much I want to bet, and then I save state on that before actually pressing bet. It has like 5 different boards it can choose from or something. It's got a set amount of boards that it can choose from, so you will eventually see a duplicate.
Yeah.
But like every time you exit out of the screen, whether it's the slot machine screen or the bingo machine screen, it'll move RNG enough that it'll change whatever you're gonna get. I just find how all these games work with RNG fascinating. Like, it's like, all right, here's, you know, here's where it's set in stone versus, you know, here's where you can change it.
Yes.
So I just find it always fascinating. Like, Dragon Quest VII was pretty much set in stone. Like, there are certain things you could do to move it RNG forward, but it was pretty set in stone. Even if you, like, left the screen and came back, unless you did something to move that RNG forward via another method, like, yeah, that bingo screen is still going to be the same. But with this, they got more advanced, which means I can do more shenanigans. I think I bought 3 power armlets already. I'm not certain. But I think it's ready. No, it's not. Ow. No, come back, jerk. I don't know what was exploding. Oh crap. No. Stop that. I don't want you killing this. Did I disable the gambit on Reddit's? I did not. Get out of here. I swear I did. Wow. You get a lot of cars that just like to blare down your road, don't you?
The thing is, that car was like normal.
I refuse to believe that.
I mean, it sounded normal to me. They didn't. They weren't somebody who had, you know, a modified muffler to make it sound like their dick was bigger.
No, they don't want to make it sound like that. They just compensate for it.
They seem to be somebody who was going at a moderate pace. Discord, fix your shit.
Alright, Alright, so the big thing is we don't want to kill the red ones, because I don't know when they stop spawning. I could potentially screw myself out of some stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get this pass first, then we'll go do that. Because I mentioned like already that there's these paths that you can. I don't know how you saw it around the corner, but you know, I guess. The paths that we're on for the story, the required ones can be opened with the green guys. The non-required ones are opened with the red boys. Okay, hold on. You know what, Redis? You're just gonna have the same setup as everyone else. Alright. That should be that. So there's this path right here. And that's what we're gonna be working on. I think we have to do 3 paths technically, but that magic hurts so much. Okay, fine. If you're actually gonna target me, I thought I could get it in time. There's one over here. Well, that was not good. He wanted to blow up. Right, let's go see how the path on the bottom looks. I don't remember how many it needs off the top of my head. Should be down here. Or it wasn't going at all, which is a bit odd, but... speed this up a little bit.
Unless you need to kill ones that are specifically in that zone.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave UV for right now. Okay, well, it was going for this one, but it only spawned 1 square? I don't know. We definitely killed like 3 of them. And we just confirmed with that it counts even if they self-destruct, so... And you don't aggro anymore, so... Let's see if they respawn down here. If not, we may be going around that circle for a bit. I really want Holy as a magic. It is very useful in a few things. And I believe it's on one of these paths. They loved getting the extra stuff complicated in this. Or grindy. Or both.
Gotta give you extra playtime somehow.
Throat, I need you to cooperate with me. Okay. I wonder if it's just because I haven't finished. Yeah. Let's try and do that. Okay, so that happens. There's that. So it does work across rooms. Look like, pretty sure I'm not misremembering that. Gungnir. There's the fire one. Thankfully, it's not, you know, better than what we got. I went out of my way to get it for that specific reason. We think like, wow, upgrade. That's pretty good, right? No, bosses heal off fire. It's great.
Wow.
It's really, really nice finding that out when you get that in here. We're gonna try and finish the red paths if I can. Okay. That is counting to something. No, before we keep going, I'm gonna confirm what it is. I don't remember what that specific check is. Yeah, the next one is Holy. The other one is the Perseus bow. Which I'm hoping I didn't lock myself out of. Okay. Need... I want to say 3 more. Let's see if leaving the area made some respawn. Maybe make our lives a little easier. No. No, it didn't. But I think I know what I can do. I think I can go all the way down and reset the area we were just in. And at the same time, by going so far, we reset this other area, so some might spawn in here now. Look at all these ones that I can't do anything with. Kind of hoping that I don't have to reset that area over and over again, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. Gonna double check while we're going down if any of them spawned anywhere. I doubt it. After looking at that last area, I very highly doubt it. Again, I don't know how you saw that all the way down the stairs, but all right. Every so often, it's just like, you know what? I think I know how this works, and then they just go off in Narnia. Like, yeah, that's, you know, I saw it over there. Don't worry about it.
What, you don't have Narnia vision?
I wish, sometimes. Also, I'm gonna file a mild formal complaint with designers of this game. Why am I getting high potions in the final dungeon?
Yes. That is why.
Alright. Well, unfortunate. So we'll have to keep resetting that area. Oh, there's one. I guess I could do that. Just reset both areas. But I feel like that's not very efficient. Actually, no, maybe it is. Hold on. Maybe get a bit ahead of ourselves. Just know I may have missed out on the Perseus bow. And I saw that one there. Let's double check real quick. Yep, that one's finished, so go across here, grab Holy, and we'll see if I can get a new bow. Yep, okay. Heard the sounds. So we can, in fact, go get it. Like, I could theoretically bizarre grind for, like, a new thing. But... if my experience grinding to get a Tornasol has told me anything, it will take a while to do that. It's doable, but it will take a while. Hoping you at least add an Aether Lore, and I don't think you do. Okay, well, didn't matter much if you did. I think we've missed the point where those ethers are, like, super useful, but... I will also say I'll probably spend some time and farm some ribbons in this map after we're done. Because there's a pretty decent way to get it. and I may just, you know, by doing it after doing this dungeon, I may be screwing myself a little bit. But, well, I don't think I am. It's not a trophy rare game. So it will respawn multiple times, but it's a bit of a setup to get it to spawn. At the very top of this area, there's a rare game that spawns that has a 1% chance of dropping a ribbon. And when I was playing on the Switch, that is what I did for a while, was just get a bunch of those, and it is very, very good. There we go. We got it. Keep going on our business. You can go back to normal. Wasn't much of an increase. I was hoping for a bit more, but we got it. So the ribbons, they do the same thing as they do in all the games. They prevent all status ailments. But in this game, they also give you permanent Libra and permanent regen status. Always regenerating that little bit of HP is very, very good. Because it means, like, all the augments of, like, oh, your magic is better at full power or full HP, or your strength is better at full HP, will proc a lot more often, depending on what you're fighting. And then for the hunts and monsters that make you take damage when you hit them, kind of nullifies that a decent bit. Like when you take 200 damage, but you regen 150 per tick, well, it's, you know, you're doing pretty good. All right, now I can actually do this.
Sorry, I had to clean up my eye.
As you do.
So I haven't heard anything you said for the last, like, minute.
You took off your headset to clean out your eye?
Yeah, I didn't want to splash water on my headset.
I'm not saying it again. That was a lot that I said.
Well, if there was anything directed at me.
No.
So I heard half of your explanation of things.
There was not anything specifically directed at you, no.
Yes.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna leave that room alone. Figure out where we stand in the grand scheme of making a path here. No more secret paths, so go in here. Free elixir. There's another chest down here that I missed, but we got a lot of license points. I'll do it before the next boss, which is coming up here, but we're not quite at it yet. is. Scathe modes. Not the most useful thing, but they're okay. Of Ash just like, hold on, I'll cast Esuna from Narnia, the way over here. Don't worry, you can count on me.
What might white mages like to do when they're sprouts?
I'll amend your statement slightly. What ranged players like to do when they're sprouts?
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's a natural thing. Ow. It's a natural thing.
The natural order of things. Being in Narnia.
I hate the Arrow Knights in this area. They suck. I'm actually gonna look this up real quick. How do you spawn? Spawns at the top when the player has killed at least 10 Daedars while climbing. Well, we've done that. Yeah, this has a lot of HP. I think we'll leave it alone for right now. But basically it spawns like... Get up here. It spawns right there. That area where that bird is flying that I really wish it wasn't. It spawns right there. What you can do, so obviously there's a save right here. So if you're on a PC, then you know it might be a bit faster to reset and do the autosave for it, because you can just walk out through that door and like all right, it spawned, you know. You walk in through the door, it auto-saves, and you can manual save if you want, and you walk out the door and it's still there, so you can just reset. Or I think what you can also do is, you can manually reset it and keep a chain, but I don't think it's worth it to do that. Because you can go through, like this, you can go all the way down this area, and all the way through this area, and all the way down here, and it will fully reset this room, and you can do the Daedars again. That's right, I'm not looking for the elevator in this. I'm going up the stairs. Chests are both by the door. One. A black mask is very good. A Reflectica mode, which is less good, but still good. Alright, Vaughn. You need access to that, just in case we get another one. I will also give you that. Apparently got a renewing Morion at some point. I don't know when we got it, but we got it. I know I said I was going to go after Quickening, but I really would like a couple of things useful if I can't spend the points on the Quickening itself. Don't think Fran was missing anything. Take all my points to get her that. We'll do it. And we'll get the Quickening on the next set, I think. I think we'll be okay on this one without it, or with just level 2. Bosch, I don't think has anything that we are, you know, desperate to get to, so that's fine. I don't remember which Quickening step I said would be okay to get, or if it mattered. I think 125 is the one that I want, but I don't think it actually matters. Telekinesis is right here. That's behind Ultima, if I remember correctly. And you don't use magic, so, you know, no use there. I mean, I might as well. There's nothing locked behind the 100 one, like, at all. Alright. 125 is right there. There's the 100. We've already got that. Alright, so it's all based on Monk. Alright, hold on. I hit the wrong button. Alright, well, there you go. That's it. $75, 125, which has already got something. When I get the last one, it'll disappear. So, yeah, be careful. Okay, so HP up, battle lore, or just 1 HP up. And I think the battle lore is a little bit more worth it, but it is on there. I don't think she gets any on here. Double checking real quick. Sure, no, she doesn't. Alright. Because the possibility exists that if I were to go on, you know, if she had it on Black Mage, I could theoretically get it over here. But I don't think she gets it. And if she does, I'll just reset it, but I doubt it. Actually, what I should have done, I'm gonna auto-save all the stuff we just did. So I don't have to do it again if we die. What's up, Moffat? Hope you're having a good morning.
Hello.
Or a good whatever time of day it is for you.
Time zone.
Indeed. The Watcher waits second of 3E without strength, return whence you came. Alright, so it's the second box. That just puts us up here if we keep walking in. Can you not combo me to death?
Well, too bad.
Also put regen on again. Does he just have perma regen?
Maybe.
It's a bit odd that he would have that. You got like nothing. I feel like I had slow on him and he just like got rid of it like immediately. Yeah, I think he has to grind equipment out. Nope. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm just gonna let this run out. I'm not even gonna try. Not with 2 party members. It's not worth it. There we go.
You're mine.
I'll get lucky on getting some mischarge, but I can at least probably power through this and then we can go equipment grinding.
Yes.
Or maybe just regular grinding, who knows? Yeah, I had a feeling this is the way it would go, by the way. But I was like, we should give it a chance. Yeah, stop giving me the level 1. I know we have the level 2 here, at least.
No, only level 1.
Okay, we have the level 3. We've got 1 and a 2. Come on.
Got you.
This should at least kill it, though. It doesn't seem like it has a lot of HP.
Meanwhile, it's just been regenning in the background.
Oh god, that would suck so bad. If that's how it worked, quickening would be like the worst thing on like half the bosses in this game. It'd be so bad.
Well, if it was like at a much slower rate, because obviously, you know, it would slow down.
Well, here's the
that'd
thing.
be really funny.
Well, here's the thing. You gotta remember, regen is percentage based.
Yeah.
So even if it's slow, it's still regenning 8% of its HP. And when you have stuff like Yizmat that has 50 million HP,
Yeah.
Is if you let Yasmat cast regen on himself, he legit regens like half an HP bar at a time. It's
That's
disgusting.
stupid.
It's disgusting. Don't let him do it. But he the good news is with that is he only casts regen on himself when you're leaving the arena. So basically, you run out. You basically sprint out. You don't do anything when you run out of that arena if you have to. And if you see him cast regen, you double time it back. He probably gets in at least one tick, but you use a dispel mode on him to get rid of it and run back out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see how I'm going to come back to this area, but I may not worry about it. Great! Break off. I feel like it always spawns here when I want to check something on the other side. There's no elevator here. Hoping there was. I may just have to make the trek up here, which sucks, but... Chests over there.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not anything important. X potions and high potions. Oh yeah, we definitely want to grind for equipment for this. Okay, so we have to walk all the way back up. But so I'll say this now, and I'll say it again when we come back here. So, you know, you hear me say it twice, don't worry about it. The way that section, the second ascent works, is you have 4 choices. I don't remember what all of them are off the top of my hand, but it's basically you have to sacrifice something to make the trek up there, and then you have to do the boss fight without it. And then you have to remember that choice for the third ascent, but it's like magic, items, your mini-map, or I think loot or experience and loot gain. You have to sacrifice one of those 4 things. So if, like, if we were to sacrifice magic, we would have to go the entire second ascent without using magic, or using items, or having the mini-map, or gaining any drops whatsoever. It's an interesting thing. I'm gonna see if the chests spawn out here. There's a couple we didn't get. No? Okay. Alright, what hunt do I want to do? Because we've got time. We've got 2 hours.
Yes.
I have completed all of the ones that I picked up, so I have to go look for more. Let's go do that. I thought I at least picked up a couple of them, but I guess not. Alright, what's Montlock got in the elite hunts? Like, we also may have some reward to pick up. Not a lot, but I think a couple. Any new marks, Orthros? I think we could probably do Orthros and Trickster. I want to try? I might. Hold on. I want to give going into the Deadlands one more good shot. Because if we can get in there, we have access to the final shop, which has some good stuff in it. I just don't remember what it has. Granted, it is a pain to get back to if we don't have the money for it, but
yeah.
There's also just, you know, good stuff in
there. Should probably sell stuff that we have now to, you know.
Well, we can sell it. We can sell it at the shop. So it's a full-on shop, so we can sell it when we get there.
Yeah.
The reason I don't sell it now is because of the way the bazaar works. So, like, to put it simply, the way the bazaar works, and I think they didn't change this in either version, and it's very possible I'm wrong when it comes to the Zodiac Age, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So the way the bazaar works is each good requires you to sell specific items for it to show up. I don't know what they are off the top of my head for basically any of them, but you have easy access to them on the internet, so you can look them up. Let's say, like, the first item you want, you know, it requires selling a fire magicite and an ice magicite. And then the second item you want requires an ice magicite and then a, you know, lightning magicite. Now, ordinarily, what this would mean is you need 2 ice magicites to get both items. However, if you go into the shop, or the sell menu once, sell 1 fire, 1 ice, and 1 lightning at the same time, you've fulfilled the conditions for both at the same time, and it just gives you both. But if you leave the sell menu when you do that, you have to get a second one.
I see.
So that's why I'm holding on to all of the... And, like, I don't think I'm actually going to get anything by doing this, per se, but that's why I'm holding on to all the rare stuff, like the Zodiac gems and whatnot, just in case they are required. Then I have them on hand, and I can kind of game the system a little bit. Because the other area I could look at as well, which doesn't have a shop, is the Great Crystal. Did we make it all the way? Oh, we made it all the way to the save point. I can just teleport over there. That's easier to do. I forgot we made it that far. No, but I'll go back to 12 with the randomizer talk a little bit. I actually got, like, a really, really good setup for the samurai class they have in there. So the final... Let's look for this real quick. The final katana... So as you've seen, like, all of the katanas so far, they're two-handed weapons. So you can't wield a shield or anything.
Yeah.
But the final one, it's a one-handed weapon, which means you can wield a shield with it. The class that I had paired, up the samurai in that with, I don't remember who it was, had access to the Zodiac shield, which is immune to lightning and gives you 75 evade. So I found both the katana and the shield in the same shop in the randomizer, so he is just super good right now. Swap the Vaughn being the party leader. doing vastly better than we were before. So I think maybe we can explore this area.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ow? Can you not?
Yeah.
Oh, he's using a gun, that's why. Okay. Guns ignore defense. They're great. They're good when you use them. They're annoying when the enemies use them.
Yes.
The classic. There was an enemy there. I blinked and he went away.
So from people looking at a little bit more closely and also getting some translations for stuff for Wild's info that was obviously, let loose yesterday. There might be like some tiny cause for concern with one of the mechanics. We'll have to wait and see when we get the actual full gameplay trailer experience, I guess you could say, in the next Summerfest or whatever, next month.
They're just holding out till then. Yeah, here's this, by the way.
That's fine.
That's kind of why you want float before coming in here. Because you just walk into an area, there's just like 30 things.
Yeah, just blow them up. Just eat it.
You will die if you do that.
Just eat it. Just cast bubble, Lamau.
I don't know if that saves you. Like, I legitimately don't know if that saves you from those.
Just bubble, Lamau.
Simply bubble.
But anyway, the mechanic in question is that right now people are calling it the scratch mechanic due to how it's translated. But you hit the same point on a monster enough, it'll be like a wound or a literal scratch. And that'll be counted as a weak point, so you're able to do more damage. And then there's another mechanic that you'll get a special attack when you hit it. I don't know what the specific trigger is, but you get a special move that'll deal extra damage on that weak point.
Okay.
But the reason why that is a slight concern is because that is what the Clutch Claw system was in Iceborne.
I mean, if it's a special attack, it's probably a little bit better.
No, the thing is, it is the reverse. You would need to use the special Clutch Claw attack to make the wound part, and then you would deal extra damage when you hit that.
I'm going to assuage your concerns. That's the same system God Eater has. Like, it doesn't have the special attack for the wounded parts, but that's how God Eater works. Is if you broke the part, hitting that part would let you deal more damage.
Yes.
So,
But the reason why that's not good is because if you were not playing with the Clutch Claw and wasting your better damage windows to make the weak points that only lasted a limited amount of time in Iceborne, you were missing out on a lot of damage, and it was a pain. it was really frustrating to keep uptime on that stuff.
Well, here's the
because
thing.
of the way the clutch claw attack worked.
If they just make the wound stay, it's fine. The wound just needs to stick around, and obviously,
and that's what we'll find out.
Yeah.
But
like that is literally what God Eater has. Is it just has that system where it's like, all right, you know, I hit, you know, the back leg, you know, a lot. So it doesn't, you know, it's like, then it's like back leg is opened up and you can deal more damage there. And then on top of that, like, God Eater also had, like, alright, this monster, its weak point is right here, so it will already be taking, oh, that's a lot of things. It will already be taking more damage.
I am just hoping that the game does not purely rely on it like Iceborne did, is all I'm saying. Because if the only way to play optimally is by doing that, it is going to shoot itself in the foot, because that is not fun. At least it is seemingly easier to do because this is just simply attacking repetitively in the same spot, but...
Assumedly, I say assumedly, but you never know. Assumedly, you can wound multiple spots. Assumedly, it's like, you know, a wound will appear on the back leg, and if I hit the back leg, you know, it will just add that bonus damage.
Yeah.
So I think, but it's like I could also do it on the tail, or the front leg, or the face, you know. And
because unfortunately, with Iceborne's Clutch Claw attacks, not all Clutch Claw attacks were made equally. And for certain weapon types, you had to do it twice.
Yeah.
So you had to spend a 15-second window twice to apply that thing.
I think they were on to something and then just fumbled the execution. But really, just if they just take from God Eater, I think it's okay. The only thing that they need to learn from God Eater is maybe don't make the system so I need to be in burst for the entire hunt or it takes 30 years.
Yeah. Because the Clutch Claw attacks would have been fine if the monsters weren't like super easy to enrage in Master Rank. Not to mention they were super aggressive. They were hyper aggressive. So it's like you can't Clutch Claw onto, you know, something and, you know, do your attack and, you know, have armor. If you Clutch Clawed onto them, you did not have armor and you took full damage and you would just, you know, die. So I'm just like, why should I do this? Why should I even bother? I'm just going to end up Clutch Clawing onto this thing and hardly be able to hit the spot I hit because it's, you know, flailing around.
I mean, I honestly just view the rage mechanic as something that needs to be worked on in Monster Hunter in general, because I feel like just once you hit higher rank, they hit that rage state and they sit there for what feels like forever. So in World, it absolutely super sucks because you couldn't do anything. Like you could, but it was way harder to actually do said thing. In Rise, it was a smidge easier because some of the classes had counters.
But it seems like they're adding some parry thing in Wilds.
I think the monsters overall should be slightly more aggressive and just, you know, actually doing attacks. And the rage... Ooh, faith. The rage should last less than it does. Even if that means they decide they need to rage more often, I think it should last less time whenever it does so. Because I think God Eater has the same quote-unquote issue, but in God Eater, everyone can perfect block and, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter. Well, not as much.
I don't know. I think the Monster Hunter Enrage needs tweaking in, you know, the highest rank, like Master rank.
I like I said, I think it needs tweaking overall.
I think low and high rank are fine.
A low rank I think is fine. A high rank I think just needs to last less.
So I think your issue is you obviously haven't played, you know, as much as I have.
Well, that's what I mean, is like you can take the rage windows and turn it into damage if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But getting to that point takes a lot more playtime than it should. And
yeah.
Like, well, maybe not. That's a terrible way to phrase it. It's not that it takes more playtime than it, you know, should to do that, because obviously, you know, the skill and playtime is rewarded in that case. But for the players who who haven't put in that amount of time, for whatever reason, that means you're sitting there doing nothing and just dodging attacks for forever.
Yeah, which is fine.
No, it's not.
Look, I'm just saying that it's fine in the sense that it's okay to be afraid of the monster while they're in rage.
I'm not saying... No. It has nothing to do with being afraid of the monster while they're enraged. It has nothing to do with that.
But that's why you're sitting back, though.
No. Let me finish. It has nothing to do with not taking advantage of DPS opportunities. It's how long do I have to sit back? You know, it feels like I have to sit and wait for forever for a monster to get out of rage and higher rank. I feel like, you know, I don't know how long it actually is, but I feel like I'm waiting for 5 minutes before it gets out of rage, and then I fight it for 1 minute, and it goes back into enrage again for another 5 minutes.
Shrug.
One of the things when I eventually go back to Rise, I'm going to start timing it. Be like, all right, how long were you raged?
I am unsure exactly how the enrage mechanic works. I don't know if it is like time-based, health threshold-based, but I do feel like monsters will be in enrage less if you're dealing damage to them. So
which
that is why
I think is a
you need
system.
Shrug. I'm just saying that.
Well, I mean, like,
that is why
on its own, I think is backwards. If that makes sense.
That is probably why you feel like it is way longer than it should, is because you know, not going in there and being like, okay, you know, like, who cares if you're enraged? I'm gonna, you know, try to do any damage that I can. Because I think you tend to play more passively than, you know, the average player would in those instances.
Because I never see an opening. I see Nargacuga bouncing around the battlefield where I can't hit him with, you know, dual blades. So I'm just sitting there going like, all right, well, I'll wait till I can hit you, I guess.
Yeah, but even in, like, you know, say Iceborne, for instance, where, you know, counters on the dual blades didn't exist.
Okay, look.
Nargacuga, even in rage, in that game, he still has, like, brief windows.
I mean, there are brief
even
windows,
in
but
rage.
we're also talking about a world where the Dark Souls fat roll feels better.
Shrug. But it's funny that Wilds is going to have the ability to carry 2 weapons on you into a hunt. You'll have one on you, and then your other weapon is stored on your mount. So then you can just go over to your mount and then swap your weapon.
Why not just let us have it?
Shrug. But it's not like, you know, it's gonna matter because obviously everybody has their main weapon, so they're not gonna use a secondary weapon.
Like,
so it's like, what's the point?
That's kind of what I mean, is I feel like,
because like 70% of the player base is not going to use it to its full potential.
I mean, yes, but the idea behind that, it's like, I understand the idea behind that, but I view that in the same way that I view, you know, armor and weapon durability. It's not really adding anything for, you know, to, you know, okay, so the second weapon system does add something, but by making me have to go somewhere in the map to get it, like, you've introduced this level of tedium. It's like, okay, but why would I do that? I can just keep hitting the monster instead. You know, there's obviously like the few rare situations where you're like, yeah, you know, my weapon is bad enough in comparison to what I'm fighting that I might want to go pick up the second weapon that I have because it's way better. But the average player isn't going to do that. Meanwhile, let's compare it to God Eater, where I just have that weapon. I have the ranged weapon in an instant. I can just press it. I can just press a button combination, suddenly gun. So it's just this level of tedium that, like, you added something good, then you took 2 steps back, and now most people probably won't do it.
Well, you'll have to look at the trailer, because they do show, like, a small instance of that, because I think they were using a melee weapon, and then they hopped on their mount, and then they pulled out their gun on their mount and started shooting. So it's not as clunky as you would think it is. It's a little bit more streamlined, but it's just, at the same time, okay, it's like 80% of players are not going to be using it to its full potential like that, of like, oh, well, maybe I'll have like a range thing and I can, you know, pepper it on my mount, or swap to a range weapon for a little bit. Or hell, you know, play with 2 melee weapons. Be like, okay, I have 1 shield weapon and then 1, you know, non-shield weapon. Be like, oh, well, it's in rage. I'm going to swap to the shield weapon so I have better blocking capabilities. People are just going to be like, yeah, like 2 charge blades, 2 dual blades, 2 great swords.
Yeah, they really will be. This one's fire.
Fuck synergy. Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, I got both of its weaknesses. I got the ice greatsword and the fire greatsword. But we'll see. It was only a small amount of stuff.
Really, with World, I'm not with World, Wilds. Not World TM.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with how it's going to actually play. Because as I've mentioned, Isaac disagrees with me a lot, but I really did not like playing World. Like, I finished it, then played other games, came back to it for Iceborne and said, oh my god, this sucks. There's a bit more to it than that, but still, I did not like it coming back to Iceborne. Also, the shop was absolutely a disgrace. That sucked. That was not worth making it all the way here. The original, that's where all like the really good magic was. You made it all the way there, and it's like, hey, you can buy the really good magic now. You did it. No, in this, it's just a bunch of arrows and ranged stuff. And it's like, neat, I can buy Asunaga. That's nice. You know, that's a decent spell, but you know, could have put some armor in the shop, I guess. Not get ether lore anywhere. There it is.
Yes.
I think there's a chest over here, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, guy. Don't freaking have it. Oh, hold on. For this fight only, 'cause he has a lot of HP. I can kill him, it's just gonna take a bit. So she doesn't have one. She is weak to it, so could use it. We got him.
Duped it.
Ooh, bravery. Okay. We got bravery and faith. That's pretty good. By the way, hunt appears like right here. We don't have it yet, but it's there. And we've also passed another hunt spot as well. When we first came in, like, turn to the left in that corner, there's a hunt there that spawns. We're not gonna deal with you. I don't like fighting you. They'd like to cast Piercing Graviga, and that kills people, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
But you know what? We can just, fight them later. We have to come back in here anyway after a side quest, but I am not doing said side quest until I feel I'm fully prepared. Also, fun fact for those who never played the original, if you didn't open any of the forbidden chests, this is the area, not this area specifically, but the Necro Hall would be where the Zodiac Spear chest is. So this is what you would have to fight through to get to it. I think theoretically it's possible to, like, rush here and get it and just dodge monsters, but... Now we're in the area that we came to the last time. Ooh, that's a lot of things. Anything in here? No. Okay. Wow, I wonder if that's a mimic or not.
Well, surely not.
Surely isn't.
That's just a very special chest.
It's a very special chest. I think we should open it.
You should open.
You know, you shouldn't open treasure chests without being topped off on HP. You never know what could happen. Oh my god, it's a mimic! Who could have known?
Whoa. That's crazy. That's not a grimoire.
Anyway, it's dead.
Wow.
Drank half my HP.
Imperfect Cell, is that you?
Hello, it's
What are
me.
you doing here? What are you doing in here?
I took the form of a treasure chest. All the better to drink people with.
I'm really lonely. I'm just a treasure chest. I'm really lonely and thirsty.
Feeling a little dehydrated over here. I can't give me a sip.
A little sippy.
Crying. Yeah, I heard your feet steps.
Little footies. Little feeties. Little pitter patter of something feet. I don't know, these like goblins or something?
I assume they are Evilise' equivalent of goblins. They are called Bakanami, but I don't really know what they are. Anyway, we made it out.
Wow.
We completed that area, but not really, because there's 3 bosses in it we can't get yet.
Wow.
Okay, that's a brown one. Brown. Okay. False alarm. It looked slightly red. I got really scared. That one died in one shot. Get right. Yeah, but if you ever wonder where the level 99 red chocobo came from, if you've played FF14, it came from the Evilise games. I don't know which one of them had it first, because it was either Tactics or 12, but it came from these games.
million years meteor.
For real. They'll just spam it. It's great.
I'm sorry, million years choco meteor.
There you go. You got it right.
That's very different.
It's very different.
Very different. Sorry, had to adjust my glasses.
Actually, it's choco meteor.
I was informed, but I made a grievous
informed
mistake.
by our production assistant that we definitely have.
Yes.
Just a letter comes from upstate. I've just been informed. It's actually.
Speaking of big sippies and little sippies, I need more drink.
I don't think we're doing the Great Crystal today, but I'm gonna see what other hunts we have before I make that decision. So go do your thing. The Mind Flayer. Oh, you know, we could probably do the rank 4 stuff. The Mind Flayers in the Grief. I just skipped past that description. Brig. Most important delivery of the year, and some beast chooses my caravan and subcon. Kill that thing and take back my stuff. I plan to travel home through the Sochin Cave Palace, but a terrible creature bars the way. Assistance sorely needed. I think that's the last rank 4. We can go for rank 5 after that. Just kind of get a taste. We can start with Merilith and the White Moose. Let's see. Go to Jahara first. I think we're more okay to do this. Mind Flayer. I think over here to the left? I wasn't really paying attention. I think it's you. My friend is gone, but then does not return. He knows the Mind Flayer lurks inside. If it were not a Mind Flayer, our warriors would go, yet for some reason we, Garif, cannot withstand its attacks. The Mind Flayer is fond of mist and is drawn to entities that possess magical power. Where the mist is densest, we'll find it. It was seen at Phase 1 Dig. Enter the mines from Osmond Plain and Bear right. Okay. That's probably the fastest way, is just go through it normally. Like, we could teleport in there, but I think it's actually slower. I believe it is, yeah. They're about the same distance, so I'll just go the normal way. And I think we did X-Tab already.
I'm back.
Welcome back. We're going on a hunt.
How you see that? But I got halfway down the stairs, or at the bottom of the stairs, and my roommate, who was laying on the couch, was like, "Hey, so where'd you find the bacon cheese fries that you have?"
Hold on.
I'm like,
Bacon cheese fries. You should tell me where
Yes.
you found those. That sounds great. So anyway.
So I'm just like, yeah, at County Market. I'm like, why? He was like, yeah, well, our Mike had said that he didn't carry them at the store there because he works there, and he's like, they didn't carry it. I'm like, that's where I got it this last week. He's like, I'm gonna smack him. he told me they haven't had that stuff in stock for like 2 weeks.
The setup. He just didn't want him specifically to have it.
Because he was like, yeah, I wanted to try like the pepperoni ones. I'm just like, I don't know, man. Maybe they're out of stock now.
You need to send me like a picture of those so I can see if like maybe they're around here. They're probably not, but
Probably not.
off,
Probably a northern thing.
On the off chance. I'm just saying, pay extra for a freezer truck. Send some down.
Look, man, I haven't even eaten it yet. I don't even know if it's any good.
It's bacon cheese fries. How can it not be? How can it be, you know, at least okay?
Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me of a thing that I keep driving by and I never mention it. There's, I think it's a fireworks depot. That's over on like the highway. And it's near a gas station and a car lot. But they have in big ass like paper cutout letters that are like the size of their windows. So obviously you can see it from like, you know, the highway. It's like it says better than bacon.
No, okay, that's a tall order. You better be able to back that up.
Right. So the bacon letters are all made to look like bacon strips. so bacon, the word bacon is made out of bacon.
All right, so look, we don't know if it's true or not, but they at least had fun making it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like I drive by there every day for work, and I'm like, no, I don't think it is, man. I don't think so.
So speaking of the state you live in, my parents watched like a lot of cooking shows.
Yes.
And I don't remember which one this was, but every time they do it in like a different state. And the people who apply don't know what state it's going to be in when they apply for it. So apparently this guy from Wisconsin got in, and they were holding it in Wisconsin. So I only saw like, you know, like episode like 8 or something, you know, out of this, but they've apparently been doing a lot of like Wisconsin like traditions for cooking and food and stuff, and he has apparently just known every single one of them. So like, all right, this time it's a time for another Wisconsin tradition. Maybe he won't know this one this time. And they're like, it's time for a meat raffle. He's just like, oh my god. So apparently, so they go like, what's a meat raffle? It's like, it's exactly what it sounds like. You participate in a raffle, and if you win, you get your choice of meat from like the pub. So it's like interesting, like random traditions that you see, but I just thought it was funny. I was like, oh yeah, I know that state.
Yes.
I think I have some like bacon pizza rolls that I can pick up at some point.
Wow. See, I don't have those.
Yeah, but you could probably buy them.
I don't think I've seen those, though, is the thing. Then again, I haven't looked hard, and I'd probably have to look at, like, Walmart or something.
Yeah, I get them from Walmart, so. Or a southern, supermarket chain. Looking for the words. And I had like these 3 cheese ones that are, you know, they were kind of okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook a bunch of them in the oven instead of the microwave like I normally do. Yeah, I know. You don't need to say it. I'm lazy and I like things fast. Before anyone says anything, yes, they are 1000% better in the oven than the microwave, but I'm lazy. And I wait way too.
Good old mushy.
I wait
Pizza pocket.
I wait way too
Pizza
long.
nugget. Good old mushy pizza nugget.
I wait way too long to cook my food. So I cook my food when I'm starving, and when I'm starving, I take shortcuts. But they were very when I cooked them in the microwave, so I kind of threw them away, or threw the ones I threw the ones I cooked away. So I need to do the test and be like, all right, were these just not good, or were they just not good in the microwave? Anyway, hunt's done. Disabled.
Ew.
Done. I knew that one was gonna be easy when it showed up.
Frankly, if you're going to be going off and microwaving cheese Tostinos, yeah, might as well just make tortillas with cheese in the microwave.
I mean, I could. I have done that. I tend to do that. They're called quesadillas.
That ain't no quesadilla. That's just a microwave tortilla and cheese.
It's not a quesadilla, it's the same ingredients as a quesadilla, but in the microwave.
Yes, exactly. Quesadilla is grilled.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have a grill, I have a stove, so...
Yes, you can grill on the stove.
No, that's called... It's a stoved then, it's not grilled. I don't know anything about cooking. I know you can probably grill on the stove.
A real of in the cold food to of out eat hot the food. Of out eat the hot food. Yeah.
Yeah, I stove my quesadillas. I don't grill them. Really confuse people. People out there wondering what kind of monster I am. It's like, what kind of person are you that cooking your food in the microwave? You're wrong. I don't cook my food in the microwave. If I put it in the microwave, it's not cooking.
No, the thing is, you're not a monster. You're just lazy.
Yeah.
Trust me, I am also the lazy.
See, the difference between me and a monster is I know it's not good, but I'm lazy, so I do it anyway.
Trust me, a monster is whatever the fuck Hachama like cooks. That is monstrous.
I'm gonna be honest. As long as your cooking doesn't end up like Shion and slime anime,
honestly,
you're probably okay.
I honestly feel like Hachama actually reaches that in like a realistic sense, which is very scary. So it's like I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen it, but I have heard stories. Because like she is cooked with like spiders, scorpions, insects. I'm just like,
That's not. Those aren't ingredients. Those are not made to eat. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. The whole ad of it's like we're too busy worrying about if we could rather than what if we should.
I think it's probably just because she lives in Australia.
That makes way more sense than it should.
Because I am led to believe she actually lives in Australia and not like Kiara, who was just like
Aussie. Just part Australian or speaks like them. I don't know.
The thing is, like, Kiara was like leading people on and like, because I think it was part of like mispronunciation and also just kind of playing it up that, you know, instead of saying Austria, it's Australia.
Now, having heard Kiara, I highly doubt she lived in Australia.
Yeah. However, like Hachama is like fluent in Japanese, so she doesn't have very good English.
Now I'm just thinking of Japanese with an Australian accent. It's really funny.
So it's like, is his Hachama like Japanese and just, you know, moved to Australia for some godforsaken reason?
Here, look, if you're gonna move overseas, I don't know why you would pick Australia.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you know, excluding memes, I have heard it is actually really difficult to get residency in Australia. Like, it's a legitimate thing I've heard is very difficult to get residency there. So, like, it's a lot of extra work.
Yeah, or she has Japanese parents that, you know, were there and, you know, was born there. I don't know.
Like, in terms of, like, why would I move to Australia? I know why you would move to Australia. It's very expensive for that reason.
Mm-hmm. How do these things eat?
His head.
Is that actually a head?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was like one of those types of enemies that didn't have a head on it, and it was just shell.
Obviously, the head is on its stomach. It's really cursed.
I see. I think it was the rock toys. I think the rock toys didn't have like a face on the shell up there.
Well, you know what? When we load in. Any second now. Okay. Oh, good.
It's like I can kind of see that being a face, but at the same time,
You know what? I don't know. It's just a shell with legs. You're right.
Because like it kind of has a face, but at the same time, that could also be.
Oh, there's this guy. No, there's no face. There's no face there. That is just a shell with legs.
It's got a little bit of a frowny thing there.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
At the top, like the top in the middle.
Yeah, like the very middle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rock choices are weird.
All right, well, you know what? I'll give you an idea. It is on the elite marks. These guys are rank 6.
Mhm.
It kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at and trying to get ready for. I'll just walk there. But we've got a bunch of rank 5 hunts we can do to kind of round up the time, and then I can suffer over the weekend and figure out where all the equipment is. If it ends, some of it ends up being in the Great Crystal, which, I'm gonna be honest, I'm 95% sure none of what we would, you know, need equipment-wise is in there. I think a lot of the stuff in there is just really high-tier stuff. Like Excalibur's in there, I know that. That's very worth getting, but not yet. Because again, all the stuff in this freaking final dungeon resists wholly or is weak to it. There's no in between.
What about the Excalibur?
I don't like hating my life. I really don't want to deal 50 million hits of damage to Yizmet.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. You know, if
Sounds
someone,
like a good time.
you know, if someone were to pay me $10,000, I'd do it.
Sounds like a good excuse to for a challenge run while you watch One Piece.
Yeah, you know what? That's the bet. Which finishes first, Yizmet or One Piece? To be honest, it's probably Yizmet.
Yeah.
But so now that guy can get home.
Or could start watching the entirety of the Final Fantasy XIV cutscenes all over again.
You know, that might be better. Which finishes first, Yizmet or the Final Fantasy XIV story?
Yep.
Up through Endwalker, I think, including I think including Dawn Trail is like a bit much.
Yeah.
That's like the bonus leg.
Because as we were told,
if 14
it's 136 hours.
Oh, were we told?
Yeah. Remember at the live letter, they had like
they did have that.
The little section of like, hey, you know, we calculated from our statistics of this and this thing and this and that thing that there's 136 hours worth of cutscenes.
Yeah, so that's like the, you know, like if Endwalker finishes before Yizmet, that's like the bonus leg. It's like, all right, can it also finish Dawn Trail? Oh yeah, that's right. We have another area that we can explore.
Explore.
I forgot about that.
Can't believe you forgore.
You have to do a side quest for it, though.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick. I'll be back.
He's like, I'm gonna pilot the boat, but you can't. It's too dangerous. Well, what if this guy went with him? He killed that cactus. He could probably handle himself. All right, let's go. Oh, it's him. I was like, what the heck is making that sound? Oh, look at those cactoids dancing menacingly. All right, so what's the scoop? What's happening, Dad? All right, so what are the cactoids looking for? Look at him menacingly standing there. Noodling about. They're just trying to find their son. It's part of a cactoid clan terrorizing the desert. There's even a bounty on his head. How about that? Well, don't tell him now, but... So they're like, hey, that's why we kind of set the boat adrift so they couldn't make the crossing to the south. Unless the bill, you don't think that the flower, why I built it and threw it away behind the house. And this is the part that doesn't make any sense. I don't think they explain this anywhere that this works. Don't worry, you can just plant the flower and grow a new cactoid. I love him just wiggling at 4 times speed. Look at him go. A little deeper. I could feel a little deeper. Look at him go. Nah, he's just above water all the time. He's just big enough. Yay, they're all cheering. Hooray! Thanks for bringing back my son! And they go waddling off again. pouch of worm fire shot. I don't know why you had that, but you know, I guess. But now the village is safe and sound. It's over, right? No, it's not. There's more to do. Okay, so find some along the broken sand. That's right, we started that. Alright, I'm not doing the ferry side quest. I don't feel like racking my brain that much. Or looking up a guide that I could just easily do. I also don't think it's worth it doing it at this point in time.
Yeah.
But it's just another one of those quests of, you know, alright, we need to get all three of these people to the other side, but these two don't like each other. These two can't be separated, and blah, 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 blah. It's one of those. That's all it is. Should be around here. Yep. Veil Blossom, dude. I think we're almost done with it, so we'll be able to go into this area pretty soon.
Yeah.
Speed this up a bit. Not doing anything dangerous, so I can put on the 4 times speed. Yes, you can have the Great Serpent skin. That's why I kept it. Alright, so do I talk to you again, or do I have to leave and talk to you again? Treasure hunted by trade. I learned of a great treasure deep in the Barheim Passage. I posted 2 sentries to watch while I went in. But I was played false. I found a terrible creature waiting within, but no treasure. Next thing I remember is waking up here being nursed back to health. The key I used is yours if you want it. I'm not going back.
I'm back.
Welcome back. We can now go back into the Barheim Passage.
Where? I didn't realize I was going to miss the noodling.
Don't worry. From the archive. Complete with a 4 times speed.
Scrolling Twitter while I was away, I was correct. I did see at least 80% of people talking about the monster hunter weapon swap stuff exactly how I intended. Well,
how we knew they were going to do it?
Yes.
That they're just going to have 2 of the same weapon but different elements?
Yes. Because there was somebody was like, oh yeah, I can have like 1 wide lance and 1 long gun lance. So the 2 shelling types of their gun lance, and then someone be like, oh yeah, you know, a sleep greatsword and then a normal greatsword. And then, you know, somebody with like a dual blade main being like, ah, yes, you know, me as a dual blade main, and it's just like a gif of General Grievous.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you know, I can guarantee you the people who thought of this concept were like, yeah, you can have two different weapons with you, so you can have them for different situations. And everyone on Twitter like, well, I can have like two different greatswords.
Yep. Yeah, because apparently it was confirmed that you can have two of the same one.
You have to wonder, it's just like, you know, we gave you this mechanic, it's just like, what do you do with this mechanic? That's right, it goes in the square hole.
Yeah.
That's what this
Yep.
feels like. It's like, what do you put on your second weapon slot? That's right, another greatsword.
Because like one person even, you know, brought up the point that it's like Park Breaker might actually be, you know, maybe more useful with the, you know, wounding mechanic.
I think that is probably like going to be something you do.
So one weapon you would have, you know, like Park Breaker, is probably slotted in for, you know, when you do have a weapon that can have slots on it. And then your secondary weapon you swap to of, you know, say another greatsword for, you know, after you've wounded it.
See, I
which,
think,
you know, is at least something, but it's still kind of lame because it's just you using your main weapon.
I think the system would work better if, like, the weapons had more slots on them.
Yeah.
So if I could have like two functional builds on my weapons, like here's one for like survivability. You know, it's like I need to survive right now because I can't do any damage. Or it's like here's my Park Breaker weapon. This is meant for me, you know, to tank damage and deal a lot of hits, but maybe not deal damage. And then, all right, I broke the part. Time to deal damage. Like, I think there are things you can do with it,
Yes.
with, you know, having the same weapon, but part of me just believes I don't think that's what they intended initially.
Yes. Because again, it's like with Rise, with them adding the ability to change your weapon. Actually, also like in World itself, you were allowed to, you know, change out your equipment and everything in your tent. And that obviously, you know, went to Rise.
Yeah.
So it's like that was like their first step in like, hey, we want you to be able to experiment with your weapon, you know, in hunts that you're allowed to go back to your tent.
Yeah. Man, it was just way too far. Like, here, gotta go all the way to the tent. And it's like,
Well, there was an item that, you know, was a consumable that you could just instantly go back to your tent.
Yeah.
Even in the middle of combat, you could just pop that and then leave. But that is why in certain hunts against certain elder dragons, they didn't allow you to use that item. So it's like as soon as you go into that arena, you're stuck there until you die and sent back. So it's like if you really want to go back, you gotta faint for it. But in any other hunt, you're just able to pop the item, go back to your tent, restock if you need to, change your weapon. But then it's just the thing with Monster Hunter players is they all have, you know, their specialized weapon.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though, like, I'm still curious how wild. Like I'm gonna look at wilds. I'm gonna follow it and just see, you know, what I think about it. But amidst all of this, can I just say how sad I am we still don't have God Eater 4?
Yeah. Just blow it up. It's fine.
Like, honestly, like God Eater 3 it had two problems that I would love for to solve. One, burst was too good. Like if you weren't in burst, your damage was so bad. Like comparatively to what it would be. And then, you know, really, you know, aside, like custom bullets were like probably okay, but the system's not really intuitive. So the laser gun kind of was just the best thing. You could sit there with like little effort and just deal a ton of damage.
Yes.
Like that whole thing was just like, yeah, it's like, why would I use anything other than the laser weapon? Why would I use the assault rifle? Why would I use the shotgun? Why would I do any of that? The other one's just better.
Didn't 3 also have like the instant kill mechanic that it's like if you got hit by like one thing from like the special origami and then you got hit like again, you would just instantly die?
Oh? No, it had the devour. I think that might be it. I don't know if you got devoured twice, you would die. It's been long enough that I don't remember that, but I do know if you got hit by the devour attack, the origami would go into burst, and that was not good. But
yes,
like a bunch of those attacks are really hard to dodge because they would like course change mid dodge.
Yeah, the tracking on that was insane.
It was kind of absurd. Like especially like the first one. And then, like,
because it's like I have seen some, you know, crazy tracking from, you know, obviously playing Monster Hunter for as long as I have, but that was a new level of what the fuck.
It was also like tracking combined with some of them had really large hitboxes.
Yeah.
So, look, I will say I definitely prefer God Eater over Monster Hunter, and I will say it a lot. God Eater has its share of problems, don't get me wrong.
It sure does.
Like,
that's with me not having as much as a biased opinion as, you know, you would think I would have.
it's just like like a lot of the problems I have with Monster Hunter, if you can't hear my air quotes, they're definitely like some subjective stuff, but Monster Hunter does have its own share of issues gameplay-wise, you know, and God Eater is definitely the same way.
We need to go back to playing those
I
again.
know. I was talking with someone that last night because they brought up God Eater 4. I was like, I really want to play 1 and 2, but we keep getting sidetracked. I think after we manage to do the yokai event, I think we can do that. In 14. Because I want to get that done. I really want to get that done. Just get it out of the way.
Well, it'd be nice if it was at least a, 50-50 chance of a legendary coin spawn drop.
Yeah, that whole event is just so bad when it's RNG. It's not good. Even if the RNG was better, it's still not a good event. All right. There's a boss here. I'm gonna flounder through it because I don't remember the specifics.
Where? It's evil Rubicante. Rubicante Black.
It's Zolera.
That's not Rubicante. There's a lady attached. Slayer, is that you? Is it Slayer Guilty Gear? You got a lady in your cloak? Yeah, which apparently, like, Slayer is also bonkers busted in his damage.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed adding a high damage character to an already high damage game was a bad idea?
Yeah. I just thought about something. Hold on. Yes, I'm doing this mid-fight.
Can't believe you.
100 versus 125. 125. Okay, literally doesn't matter, so I'm just gonna grab.
Yeah.
There it is. Went too far. And it's already in critical HP, it doesn't matter. I can just get this a little bit. Here's my favorite one, by the way.
Swordos. Swords of the round.
The swords of the round.
I must believe.
Got a surprise for you.
Another red spiral. Coming right after this one.
Got a surprise for you.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
I got another one.
Oh, I got a special one. This one's a light whirl. Yeah, so you can definitely try and gimmick this and try and get the concurrence you want, but if you're going for the achievement, it's really just press whatever comes up. Damage.
Yes.
Got you.
No, I almost had it.
Wait.
Okay, that's fine. We got a lot. He's dead anyway.
Yes.
But I just like going for it as much. Might as well go for as much as you can. Nice. 26k. And we skipped Prime level death. So either that or it's level 5 death, I don't remember. Yeah, he does a bunch of like level-based status effects, like level 2 stone, level 3 disable, level 4 something. And he also just has kill, which just goes, hey, that guy, fuck him.
Power word heal.
That's basically what it is.
What? No save?
I don't know if it has a chance to fail, but it only affects one target. But anyway, keep going. Oh. Reverse mode. An elixir. Okay, that's a bit better.
Actually, I no need to look that up.
Anyway.
Can a sorcerer learn power word kill?
Anyway, here's where we are. We're in the sewers again.
Ew.
Little did they know, not only, you know, so there's one Esper on their doorstep, and further down the doorstep, there's another Esper. There's a whole puzzle to get to another Esper that I haven't done yet.
Bam.
And that one's gonna be a bit tricky. I will definitely want to have quickenings available for it, which I have now. Anyone wondering, why aren't you grinding up your other party members? I will. I will. I really just kind of want to get through the final dungeon before I do any of the hardcore grinding. I don't need to grind them for that. But for like the hunts, I will definitely want a varied party. So I can just go, all right, for this hunt, I want this. All right, well, you come in, this person goes out, etc., etc. About the only person who will never leave the party will be Ash.
Alright, so Sorcerer does in fact have the capacity to learn power word kill. And looking up how twinning spells works, you could twin spell to target 3 creatures with power word kill.
You see those 3 guys over there? Dead. You don't want to see me do it again.
It'll take all of your sorcery points, but you can do it. Because the minimum you get 9th level spells is level 17.
Yep.
And how the twinning of using your meta magic works is to target another creature, you need to spend sorcery points equal to the spell's level. So since it is a 9th level spell, you would need to spend 9 sorcery points. However, your sorcery points are equal to your level. So you would need to have at least 18, so you would need to be 18th level in order to have enough sorcery points to target up to 3 things. You'd be out of sorcery points, but you can power word kill 3 things.
The power word curl.
Curl. Power word curl.
Become his morph ball.
Become his noodle. Become his cheese puff.
Power word cheese. I feel like power word is just, you could put almost anything after that and it's probably funny.
Yeah.
Power word pizza.
You are already fed.
That's just Toriko. It's like, you've already been fed.
For some reason, I feel like he's done that before. That it's like he just hit pressure points to make them feel full.
I feel like I've seen something like that. It was either Fist of the North Star or it was Toriko in a reference to Fist of the North Star. I don't remember. It's either one of those two or it's a meme comic someone made. No. It's a meme comic someone made.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because it was Kenjiro working at fast food.
Yeah.
It's like you've already been fed. It's like
that's right.
Racking my brain, so I was like, I know I've seen that show. I'm like 100%. It's like I know I've seen it because it has like Rita's like and it's like her face is just like all messed up, and it's just thanks. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, all right, where did I see? One of the very few times where I'm 100%. I was like, no, I know this is a thing. But also like talking through that with Zoro from One Piece with the new sword that just kind of likes to drain his haki. The arm just goes back. He's just like, give it back. His arm just comes back to normal. That's all I could think of with that conversation. It has nothing to do with it, especially, but it's just like, no, give it back.
There, I found it.
You found it?
I found it.
Good, I'll look at it later. It does not feel like it's been 2.5 hours. It feels like it's been way longer.
Yeah.
Alright,
I forgot it was also during employee evaluation day. so like the guy
the guy's
evaluating
there with
him,
like the tablet.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to score that.
Technically, I know how you're supposed to score that, and it's a deduction. You're not selling anything. You're just like they just come in and get feel full and then leave. I gotta math it out. I might be able to finish Wano in One Piece today. Either that or it's like I will be really close to finishing it. So I'm gonna be. I have like one. I have to finish the rest of the assignment today, and then this one Overking is being a pain. I finish the rest of that, and then I can like super focus on One Piece. Alright, that's a little bit of HP. Living a little bit. And pushed him into the corner. Right, based on the ease of doing that, I probably have a chance of doing the Esper right now. I'm not going to, because I don't think we have enough time. Yes. The only thing I'm worried about is said Esper has an HP drain in effect. So it's the entire time you're in that arena with it, it is just draining your HP. It's not like absorbing it or anything, but you are losing your HP.
Yeah.
It's thankfully not as devastating as fighting Rafflesia, where it drains your MP, and it's just like, oh, gone in like 2 seconds.
HP gone. Think about HP.
HP, come back! Another random. I know like 99% of my fighting game knowledge I just know about through memes.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna keep it that way. It's funnier that way. Like, I don't remember like what the original meme was. Like what the character was that was doing it. But I know there's the one Guilty Gear meme. It was like, it's like, that's a pretty nice combo you got there. Now show it on somebody who is not Chip.
Yeah. Which again, when Slayer dropped, guess how many combos are on Chip?
Someone did show me one of his like specials, like the raw damage, no combos or anything, just almost obliterates his entire HP bar.
Yeah. Meanwhile, no mana Asuka is like 1% away, like a pixel of being just one
Yeah.
from full HP. Which, like, again, that move is really stupid. I don't know why they designed it to be as powerful as it is.
It looks like it takes a bit of wind up though.
Yeah. But the thing is, you can use it as a whiff punish on reaction, and you get a counter hit, and yeah, they just explode.
Yeah. But we've been over
So
this.
it's
We
like-
don't necessarily agree with the ideology they had.
Yeah.
So
Because it easily does 75%. Easy. So it's like, if somebody is under 70% HP, you can just let that rock and you win.
Also, now we have the sluice gate key, so we can manipulate the stuff, the water level in the sewers, which is how you get that one Esper. But we're not gonna do that right now. We're gonna do this one.
Mhm.
I
So I
need
saw
to
a
make
clip
cervix
of-
wine. Go ahead.
I saw a clip of somebody doing Slayer mirrors, and they let somebody hit them and combo them for like half their HP, and then they just used that one super and won the match. And he was like, "Yeah, GG, shake my hand." I'm like, see, this is so stupid. I'm like, what the fuck?
Alright, so we're gonna do this hunt. I just find it funny that slide to the randomizer logic a little quick.
Yeah.
So this hunt as a monster is technically in Sphere 0. But I think the logic that they made says you need more characters and whatnot to actually do it. Okay. But it is there, and it's actually like, I think it's, this as a rank 5, I think is actually easier to kill than the ringworm at rank 3.
Damn.
But it feels easier, but I'm pretty sure it's actually harder.
Yeah.
I believe the entrance to the caverns is down here. We have not been in this area yet, so this is another area that we can explore. But I think we're a bit overpowered for its boss now. But these caverns connect the Sand Sea, the Wester Sand, and the Osmone Plains. So this hunt, we may have to wait a little bit for it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It spawns around here. I'm gonna look it up. Whoa. How to find? Must have cleared the area of monsters. 5 minutes. Okay. So. Darn respawning frogs.
Frouge.
I think that's everything. Yeah, and the randomizer, they actually made this instant, so you don't have to clear the area out, you don't have to do anything, just shows up. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Deputy.
Almost. Don't worry, Bosch will just combo 6 hits and it'll whiff all of them. So I think we're pretty decent for rank 5 hunts, so I could continue to do those. But I don't think we have enough hunts that we can do to fill out another stream. But I will say, I think the final boss will be its own, not like its own stream, like all the way through, but like we'll do the final dungeon, and then we will start off a stream with the final boss. It's like after I finish the Pharos in its entirety, you know, we'll fill out the rest of the time with something else. Like we have the stuff to do, it's not an issue. But I'm not gonna go into the dungeon, beat the boss, do all the cutscenes, and then go into the final boss. Because I just don't think we have enough time. Unless we started it like right away. I don't think we have enough time to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm probably overestimating how long it takes, but I'd rather be on the safe side. I don't know why I'm saving, because I'm going to be saving again in like 5 minutes.
Habit.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and the other news, I think after this, I'm going to do Final Fantasy XII Revenant Wings. We're going to do a couple randomizer seeds. Kind of give all of the, you know, upcoming game directs time to like come out and get all the news out. That way I can plan appropriately. And then it's like, hey, you know, if there's nothing that I am interested in doing, you know, that would overwrite wanting to do Revenant Wings, we'll do Revenant Wings.
Yes.
Because that is pretty much a direct sequel to FF12. I believe it is a year after the events of 12. Oh, hold on. You can go in here and get more hunts. I think we've got all the rank 5s off the board that we can. There's Bloodwing, there's Viral, Lindworm, so these are the 2 tough ones of rank 5. I don't remember how tough he is. Bloodwing's not too bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to accept the Viral and the Lindworm hunts. We're not talking to the petitioners until I feel adequately geared up. Because I don't want them running around those areas.
Yeah.
They're scary enough. And then Pisca Demon is in an area that I don't plan on going to, so... Okay, but those... Yeah, I don't believe it. Actually, Lindworm has conditions to spawning. So I'm not super worried about it, like, showing up randomly. But it is possible. So, like, the difference between, you know, like, Lindworm has to be in cloudy weather. And, you know, but, like, the Ringworm had to be in a sandstorm. The difference between those two is that, you know, with the Lindworm, I can walk between 2 areas in the Wester Sand and get the sandstorm to show up. You can't do that with the Lindworm. You have to zone to, like, a completely new map, like zoning between the Sorobi Steppe or the coast, and then coming back to the uplands, and it has to be cloudy when you enter the uplands. We have 4 Espers now. Alright, so Orthos and Trickster should be okay. Another one is later we'll be fighting Fafnir, and he only shows up in a blizzard. The way to get that to spawn is you go to the Parameter Rift, or not, Baromises, walk out into the Parameter Rift, and a blizzard will spawn every time. But you have to get to the area where the hunt shows up without going through a specific map, because going through that map clears all weather. And then you have to go all the way back to respawn. I'll explain it all again when we get to those.
Yes.
It'll be a little bit easier when I can show you on the map and be like, hey, this is the area to avoid, this is where we're going, this is where I have to go to zone in and out. I gotta find some magic before I do some of these hunts. I would like to find Scourge, because Scourge is a very good black magic. I feel like I've mentioned it before, but it is high level, so it deals a bunch of damage. It's an AoE, it inflicts sap, and it has a fast animation, so it's, you know, it doesn't linger for a while.
I feel like I looked it up, and it was in the Great Crystal.
I feel like you're correct. But... So I think, honestly, after doing the tower, I feel like the Great Crystal is our next stop. We're not fighting Ultima. We're not fighting Omega Mark 12. Sorry, it's not happening in Extreme. But I can unlock the way to get there really easily, so when we're ready to fight Ultima, we can just kind of swoop on over there. Also, the side quest for the beer is here, but we're not doing it. Not yet. But thanks for coming out, everyone. It's that time again. We will
Yep.
be back on Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And we'll be doing more of this. I hope to be done grinding gears so we can finish the tower on Monday and then go to the Great Crystal. I don't promise anything, but I hope to be done. With that said, we'll hope to see you on Monday, whether it's live in chat or whether it's in the comments. You guys have a great day and take care.
Yeah. Goodbye.